I learned something new about Disney today. I'm always fascinated with the level of care that Disney takes when it comes to the small details, and today's example is no exception. I picked up this book. It's by Robert Iger. He is the CEO of Disney. It's called A Ride of a Lifetime, and it's just got into the prologue, and he shares an example of just the reach that Disney has throughout the world and the necessity for them to be up to date on current events. So I'll just jump right into it. It's in the first prologue here. He says, "We have a system that tracks employees whenever a natural disaster occurs. If there's a plane crash or a hurricane or a wildfire, I get reports on who's accounted for, who's had to evacuate their homes, who lost a friend or relative or pet, whose property was damaged. We have well over 200,000 employees around the world, so if something catastrophic happens, the odds aren't insignificant that one of our people has been touched by it. After the 2015 terror attacks in Paris, I learned within hours that vendors from an ad agency we worked with were killed. In the aftermath of the Las Vegas shooting in the fall of 2017, I got reports right away that more than 60 of our employees were at the outdoor concert that night. 50 of them knew someone who was either killed or injured, 3 had been shot themselves, and 1, an employee at Disneyland, had been killed. By Tuesday morning in Shanghai, we'd learned that 2 of our part-time employees were among those killed in the nightclub shooting. Several other employees were friends or relatives of victims. Our trauma and grief counselors went to work contacting those affected and arranging mental health services." I just think that's fascinating. It's and like I mentioned, just the level of reach that Disney has to be aware of those kind of things, and that their impact on the community is so deep that that they're keeping up with these kind of things, and how it might affect their staff is just unreal, really. It's just it makes me think about how can I apply even a small piece of that in the way I function, in the way I work, in the way I communicate with people. How well am I keeping up with my community, even though it's a fraction of the reach that Disney has, but how am I doing keeping track of those people I care about, and what am I doing to make sure that they're doing well. So that's what I had to share today. I'm excited to keep reading this book. I'll continue to share, but it's A Ride of a Lifetime by Robert Iger. It's typically not a book I'd pick up, but yeah, I've been enjoying it so far, obviously, and I'm looking forward to share a little bit more. We'll see you next time.